In the headlines of this hour on VTV News, investing in sustainable production to increase the value of agricultural products. Later on, schools in flooded areas prepare for new school year. In our world news, Russia establishes coordination council to handle border security issues.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good afternoon. It is currently 3 p.m. local time and you're tuning into 30 minutes of VTV News. I'm Nidin Lei with the latest updates. Now, at the 9th session of the National Emulation Commendation Council for the 2021 to 2026 term on Friday morning, Prime Minister Phie praised current emulation movements, including the whole country unites to fight the COVID-19 pandemic, promoting infrastructure development, and eliminating dilapidated temporary houses. He stressed the need for these movements to be practical, effective, and focused on key tasks to support national achievements. He emphasized that awareness must align with action and that solutions should address real-world issues. The Prime Minister warned against half-hearted efforts and urged the completion of mechanisms and policies to ensure objective and impactful rewards. He also highlighted the importance of leveraging national unity and inner strength to meet the goals set by party congresses and called on everyone to contribute to national development. Guang Province is launching a 15-day round-the-clock construction effort to expedite the completion of Component Project 4 of the Châu Đốc-Cần Thơ-Saang Expressway, aiming to finish in time for Vietnam's 79th National Day. The project has faced delays due to a shortage of sand for road leveling. Project Management Board 2 has mandated that contractors work continuously, focusing on service roads and main road leveling. 2 river sand mines are now operational, with strict controls on sand extraction to ensure adequate supply. Provincial leaders are also coordinating with Saang Electricity Company to relocate power lines for bridge construction in Mỹ Xuyên and Trần Đề district and have commended contractors for their efforts to overcome challenges. After 4 years of implementation, the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement, or EVFTA, has dramatically increased Vietnam's export to the EU, reaching nearly $170 billion, a 50% rise from before the agreement. Agricultural exports, in particular, have thrived. Seafood exports are up by nearly 30%, vegetables and fruits by almost 35%, and wood products by over 85%. Overall, agricultural exports to the EU have grown by an average of 15% annually. Vietnamese agricultural businesses have leveraged reduced tariffs and invested in modern production technology to meet EU standards, enhancing product quality through improved quality control processes. Wood exports are expected to face challenges this year, including economic difficulties and product protection measures. These factors are likely to significantly impact Vietnam's wood industry's export target of $15.2 billion this year.
This company, which specializes in providing wooden furniture for U.S. projects, has secured orders through year-end. It's now negotiating orders for the upcoming year. Recent orders differ in that exporters must now focus on unique designs and competitive pricing.
We manufacture wooden furniture according to each project's design. Customers now really care about design and the quality of wood.
In the past 7 months, the export value of wood and forestry products reached nearly $9.4 billion, up 20.5% over the same period.
Our wood materials come from imports or raw forest areas. Our foreign partners now require us to explain the source of these materials, their origin, and whether they are legally obtained.
As we approach the year-end peak shopping season, wood exporting enterprises have an opportunity to make significant progress. Regarding the long term, the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development plans to continue implementing policies that encourage timber development with sustainable forest management certification. They also aim to link production forest planting with forest product consumption to ensure legal raw materials for export.
Although the European Union has recognized positive changes in Vietnamese agricultural products, it remains a demanding market with ever-changing regulations. To boost exports, Vietnam needs to address existing problems related to rules of origin and the quality of agricultural products. Investing in sustainable agricultural models and large-scale, high-quality commodity production is the direction many businesses are focusing on to meet the increasingly stringent demands on the international market.
Investing heavily in deep processing has helped this enterprise continuously increase its export output to markets, especially the EU. The proportion of processed pineapple, passion fruit, and crine products exported by this enterprise to the EU has grown from about 1/5 of total output to nearly half.
We invest in growing areas, improve processing quality, produce pineapple and passion fruit products that meet new standards, and conquer the EU market. Having the EVFTA agreement keeps importers interested, facilitating rapid penetration into the EU market.
Thorough investment is necessary not only in the processing stage, but also in the construction of raw material areas and the cultivation process. In fact, the rate of utilizing rules of origin has increased in key industries, nearly 90% for seafood and over 88.3% for vegetables and fruits. This not only helps businesses take advantage of tax incentives, but more importantly, enhances Vietnamese brand recognition and increases the competitiveness of Vietnamese goods in the EU.
We've enhanced the position of Vietnamese goods in the international market. For instance, our seafood products' access to the EU market significantly increased their ability to enter other markets. This EU market springboard provides an excellent foundation for applying common rules to enter more demanding markets.
According to EU trade agencies, Vietnamese agricultural products like passion fruit, dragon fruit, durian, and mango have consistently maintained and increased their market share compared to other countries, even during times of trade fluctuations due to epidemics, logistic disruptions.
The People's Committee of Hưng Yên Province has officially launched Hưng Yên Long Yên Week in Hanoi to appeal to consumers and enter major distribution networks. Held at Big C Thăng Long Trade Center, the event features 20 cooperatives showcasing ancient and premium Long An varieties from the province. Attendees will have the chance to sample fresh Hưng Yên Long Yên and other local products, including new processed items like lotus-wrapped Long Yên and mid-autumn gift boxes. This year's Long An output is projected to exceed 40,000 tons, aiming to meet domestic needs and boost exports. Starting September the 1st, Bắc Luân to Border Gate in Mong Cái City, Quảng Ninh Province will pilot extended opening hours from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Vietnam time. The trial period will last 3 months and assess the effectiveness of the new schedule. Customs clearance will now be available on holidays, Saturdays and Sundays, compared to the previous schedule of 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mong Cái City has also requested the People's Government of Dongqing City in China to enhance efficiency and streamline import and export operations for businesses in both regions. Now, before we move on, let's have a look at the exchange rate between the Vietnam Dong and some world currencies in today's market. Next on VTV News. Schools in flooded areas prepare for the new school year. And later on, strengthening residence management for foreigners. Welcome back to VTV News Live. Now moving on to other important updates. In less than a week, many primary and preschool schools across the countries are scheduled to welcome students back to school for the new academic year. Meanwhile, schools in villages affected by floods and landslides are racing to clean up and repair facilities. With a love for their profession and students, teachers in Saang Province are overcoming numerous difficulties to welcome students back to school.
Floodwaters still surround Phie Primary School, where Thai ethnic children study. Trash has accumulated in various areas around the school. Teachers arrive daily to clean up, aiming to prevent the formation of mosquito breeding grounds and potential disease hotspots.
These books are still usable. I'm happy that students can go to schools in new school year.
The school has two main teachers who have been here for more than 10 years. When the floodwaters rose, teachers and parents in the village quickly moved many tables, chairs, and belongings out of the classrooms. Unfortunately, all remaining furniture was damaged by the floods.
These books are still usable. I'm happy that students can go to schools in new school year.
At Chiangdan Kindergarten, these days, parents come to help teachers clean classrooms. They are removing mud so that students don't slip and fall while attending school.
When I think about the future of students, it motivates me to overcome everything. I will try my best to impart knowledge to the students.
School is home, teacher is mother, and students are the children is the new slogan recently hung on the wall of this kindergarten. The school opening day is approaching, yet the village remains flooded. Thanks to the efforts of teachers and parents in cleaning the school, children in this area will still be able to attend classes.
Nearly a month after the historic floods in Saang Province, many Thai ethnic villages remain heavily inundated, with some areas over 10 meters deep. Authorities, organizations, and individuals are providing food and evacuating people and property. But challenging terrain makes draining the floodwaters difficult.
Roads have turned into rivers, with some areas over 20 meters deep. People are returning to the fields, but instead of a 15-minute motorbike ride, they now take 40 minutes by raft.
A few days ago, the water receded slightly, and I was relieved. However, it rained again, causing the water level to rise once more.
The recently harvested peanuts and corn were moldy and sprouting. This woman's flooded house forced her to stay elsewhere for nearly a month. At nearly 70, she had seen many floods, but never one this long or deep.
I'm saddened by this situation and hope the floodwaters recede, but the rain is getting heavier, causing the water to rise again.
3 villages in the commune were flooded, affecting over 20 hectares and 55 households. The area, situated in a valley surrounded by rocky mountains, relies on a natural cave for drainage, which is now clogged with waste, according to local authorities.
After clearing the cave, we will take measures to cover it so that the water can drain evenly and not be covered by garbage.
Previously, another village faced similar flooding, prompting Saang provincial authorities to dig tunnels through the mountains for drainage. While awaiting a solution, locals still have to use rafts to navigate along electric cables.
Over the past years, the electricity sector has actively coordinated with localities to implement projects to supply electricity to Khmer ethnic group areas, especially in low-lying areas without electricity in Sopchang. This effort has helped extend the national grid to remote areas, contributing to promoting the socio-economic development of ethnic groups.
A national grid electricity meter had just been installed at So Thang House in Vingtan Commune, Vingtou Town, Sóc Trăng Province, With grid electricity now in place, so thanks families and dozens of other households in the area no longer face the uncertainty of intermittent power supply.
The longer the jumping cable, the more unstable it gets. But when I cook rice, I can't use it because its electricity is too weak. Now that the government has installed the electricity grid, the electricity is very good.
When there was electricity, everyone was very happy. Government electricity is cheap. Before, when I was buying electricity via jumper cables from people, I was mistaken and charged more.
One of two hamlets in Vingzhou town, Guang Province, lies dozens of kilometers from the center. Residents are scattered along the sea dike, making electricity provision difficult and expensive.
Electricity-powered light serves children's education well and ensures people's daily lives, production, and peace of mind regarding social order.
Supplying electricity directly from the national grid to the ethnic group area has significantly improved people's life and positively contributed to social security, national defense, and security in coastal border regions.
Binh Thuan Province has unveiled several rare animal species in the Long Song Da Bak Protected Forest in Thuy Phong District, Binh Thuan Province. Camera traps have captured 24 species, including critically endangered black-shanked Duke langurs and Java pangolins, as well as endangered peacocks and mountain goats. These findings highlight the forest's rich biodiversity and potential for ecotourism. Authorities are calling for stronger protection and monitoring to preserve this vital ecological resource. These discoveries underscore the forest's significance as a biodiversity hotspot and potential as a tourism destination. The province is committed to enhancing conservation efforts to safeguard these rare species. Since mid-August last year, Vietnam has implemented numerous visa relaxation policies for foreign visitors. This move aims to boost the country's goal of attracting 18 million international tourists this year. However, alongside the benefits, long stays also present various challenges in management and maintaining security and order. As a result, authorities are urgently strengthening solutions to manage foreigners' stays more effectively.
In Tây Hồ District, Hanoi, an accommodation facility crammed about 10 tenants into a room smaller than 10 square meters. An administrative check revealed that 5 of these individuals had overstayed their visas. At another location, some occupants attempted to flee upon seeing authorities. During this inspection, many couldn't produce their passports. Authorities discovered that these individuals, hailing from various African and Middle Eastern countries, lacked both financial resources and qualifications.
You need to tell me.
I'm going
You need
back.
to show me your passport.
My flight ticket is open.
By the way,
I had issue with my business.
I was sending tickets. I will not take it to immigration. Everybody does that is we know the We know the law. We know the law. We know the law. No? We know the law. We know the law.
According to the Immigration Department, under the Ministry of Public Security, in the first half of this year, Vietnam welcomed nearly 9 million foreigners, an increase of nearly 60% compared to last year. In that 6-month period, authorities recorded 80 cases involving more than 150 foreigners arrested for crimes.
It's very difficult to handle. Some people who are arrested don't have money to buy plane tickets to return home, don't have money to pay the fine. Meanwhile, certain countries that are already dealing with numerous arrested citizens in Vietnam refuse to sponsor their nationals' return.
Currently, the Immigration Department of the Ministry of Public Security is working with local police to regularly review and inspect accommodation establishments.
Vietnamese contestants participating in the International Arts Festival in Vienna, Austria, have won high awards. This shows that Vietnamese youngsters are increasingly capable of competing and creating art on par with their international peers in the fields of music and art. More on their achievements in this next story.
Contestants participating in this international art festival compete in the piano category for children and teenagers. This is the first time Vietnamese contestants have competed at the Vienna International Art Festival, but they already possess good skills and performance, especially in terms of musicality.
Participant was very strong, very good. I think he got the prize of the competition. A talented guy, who is interested in music, in classical music, so I wish him a good success in the future.
The Vienna International Arts Festival's categories include piano, violin, cello, and French horn. The festival has attracted young contestants from many different countries in Europe and Asia, especially countries with developed classical music cultures such as Germany, Austria, China, and Japan.
This is the first time I have participated in a major competition in Europe. With my teacher and parents here, I feel very confident about finishing my competition. My goal is to practice hard and win prizes in the upcoming competitions.
The three youngest contestants of the Vietnamese delegation, Lê Tấn Tài, Lê Lam Anh, and Nguyễn Hữu Minh Chiết, received special prizes and certificates from the judges. This is the first step for the contestants in approaching art and also an encouragement for the Vietnamese people participating in world classical music festivals.
Coming up next in our world news. Russia establishes coordination council to handle border security issues. And later on, the U.S. sees promising start at Gaza talks in Doha. Now, moving on to our world news, the Russian Defense Ministry said on Thursday that it had established a coordination council to address military security issues in 3 border provinces with Ukraine following attacks launched by Ukraine 10 days ago. Defense Minister Andrei Belousov said the council is responsible for handling military security issues in the Belgorod, Bryansk, and Kursk region. He added that this aims to improve the efficiency of comprehensive support for battle groups protecting the state border, the territory, and the population of the regions. According to the Defense Ministry, the newly established council will also focus on engineering work within the territory of these regions and military medical provisions, specifically coordinating forces and capabilities for evacuating affected people. The White House said on Thursday that Gaza ceasefire talks in Qatar involving top U.S. officials had a promising start, but that it did not expect to close a deal immediately. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said he expected the talks to continue on Friday. Egypt, the United States, and Qatar are mediators between Israel and Hamas to reach a ceasefire in Gaza amid growing international concern about the risk of an all-out war in the region following the assassination of Hezbollah's top military commander in Lebanon and Hamas political leader in Iran. The World Health Organization (WHO) said on Thursday that the first case of Mpox linked to an African outbreak has been identified outside the continent, with an infection confirmed in Sweden. This news comes a day after the WHO declared Mpox, also known as monkeypox, a global public health emergency. The organization has cautioned that this Swedish case could potentially lead to more infections in the European region in the near future. Notably, the virus strain responsible for the current outbreak is thought to cause more severe symptoms compared to the strain observed in 2022. As another heat wave sweeps across the Balkans, residents and visitors in the Croatian city of Zadar found relief in the coastline, mesmerized by the melodic sounds emanating from sea organs concealed beneath white marble steps descending to the water. More to follow.
The sound art installation, powered solely by the force of sea waves, generates harmonious, chiming tunes. The structure, appearing as a series of wide steps leading into the sea, hides an intricate system of resonant chambers designed by renowned architect Nicola Basic.
After many years of the installation being here, and after it received an award, we have noticed a significant increase in visitors to Zadar. In direct conversations with some tourists, especially those from Spain, they visit primarily and sometimes exclusively for this installation. They come to see it because they have heard about it, they know it's unique in the world, and because it's beautiful.
The sea organs produce rhythmic, ever-changing melodies, evoking meditative sounds.
Yeah, we heard it earlier, and we came here to discover this sound, and it's cool. Yeah, that's a good sound. It's surprising, but it's cool.
We're sat a bit further back, so it is a bit difficult to hear from this point because you can hear the people talking and the waves and the sound, so it all mixes in. I think if we moved a bit closer, it would be a lot nicer. But I do enjoy the kind of strange droning sound. It's quite like a meditation type sort of sound. So I am enjoying it, but I think we'll move closer once it gets a little bit quieter, so we'll enjoy it a bit more. Yeah.
Basic's project was part of Zadar's city coast reconstruction in 2005.
Up next, let's have a look at the weather forecast for Vietnam and other locations in the world. And that is all that we have for this hour on VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can visit our website, our YouTube channel, or download the mobile app VTVgo for more. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.